clearly, it sounds like the whole experience, the mission, the journey ahead, working with Anne on these books was something that spoke to you as well.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I got very much involved with the issue of learning disabilities when I worked at NCLD. Right. Got an interest in it, and then this opportunity came up, and I thought, well, it's great because it had a story like a novel, Laughing Allegra, the first book, and it was her memoir, but it really did have, it had a lot of drama and interest, so that was a great experience, and we really thought that was the experience. We didn't know it was going to go on from there, but we're now on our fourth book, so this has not stopped, it's just continued, and each book builds on the one before.
So it really was a sort of looking at one book at first,
yes.
and not at a series, and not at a journey like this.
Actually, when we went out on book tour with Laughing Allegra, we got questions about, well, fine, but what happens when they become adults?
Right.
And we thought, oh my God, we never got that far. We don't know what's our next. We've got to write another book.
Right, and you were experiencing that as well in your own life.
My own life.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you bring that experience from your own life into a book? Was that a hard thing to do?
It was really hard with Laughing Allegra because I was very open about it, and it was because John made me that way.
Okay.
I wanted to skip over a lot of stuff, and he said, if you do that, you're going to lose your audience.
It was very personal and really difficult. I mean, there were times, how we work is we sit across the desk from each other, and she talks. And I have a little tape recorder, and then we do a transcript, and from that we do chapters, and then we go back and forth, this works, that doesn't work. And with Laughing Allegra, there was territory that was uncharted in that she's never really talked about it. And I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and she didn't want it, and then finally did it. And those parts of the books are the ones that the parents most respond to. Our readers come up and talk to her all the time. Oh, you're so, where we get letters, you know, I can't, you've told my story.
Right, and I've seen that myself when I've been in some of the events, the workshops and the presentations you've done, sometimes at schools, and parents are there. They've read the books, but their questions and their comments go right to those difficult issues that you talk about. You talk about them with great candor. And I think that's what I see, that's what speaks to parents
Yeah, and
so
I wanted
directly.
Allegra to know what I was writing to. So what I did was I read her the parts that I thought were questionable.
Right.
And she had a little hard time with it in the beginning, but then she said, and very nicely said, if it's going to help other people, then go ahead with it and do it. But basically, I was embarrassed too. So it was just as hard on me as it was on her. I think harder on me, don't you? I mean, because I opened up a lot.